some people, it may look really weird that we spend hundreds of dollars on cameras just to try and make the footage look old again. But I am not those people, because I get it. As you can see from my little collection of film cameras over there, plus if you spent like 2 seconds on my channel, then you would know that I am obsessed with that filmic, cinematic, nostalgic look. But it's not just how it looks, it's how it feels. I love that dreamy, emotional, and warm look to all of my photos and videos. Despite all of the compliments I've gotten on how beautiful my color grading looks in my vlogs and my videos, I somehow managed to get that style with just my camera settings. But I finally decided it's time to grow up and be a big girl and learn how to color grade. I know. I wasn't prepared. If you're someone who has been watching me for a while, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, then you know I constantly complain about this whole idea of filming and log, spending hours color grading, buying people's LUTs. Like, let me calm down, because why is that triggering me all over again? I've tried many times in the past, but it's always been so overwhelming and stressful and cumbersome to me. But because I was so stressed out and afraid to learn how to color grade, it forced me to get really good with my camera settings, which is why you see in some of my videos I emphasize like getting to know your camera and learning your camera settings and all that your cameras can do. Because for me, it made my workflow a lot easier and it saved me so much time, because everybody knows it takes me forever and a day just to edit one vlog. While manipulating my camera settings has really gotten me far and helped me produce some really beautiful videos, it's not lost on me that I could really be pushing my content a lot more. So it's been a long time coming, and it was finally time for me to level up my content. And in addition to color grading, it also meant updating my editing software. I not only have been teaching myself how to color grade, but also how to edit on and use Final Cut Pro. All of my videos that you've seen have been edited with CapCut Pro for desktop. I love it. It's pretty seamless, but you know, it does have its limitations. It's so funny that it's taken me this long to use Final Cut Pro, considering the fact I bought Final Cut Pro when I got my MacBook over a year ago. So you would think that would be the incentive, but it just seemed like so much. I didn't know where any of the buttons were. I didn't know how to use it. It was so stressful. And with just my luck, Dehancer reached out to me. The timing, the alignment. Oh, I recently got the opportunity to test out Dehancer's film emulation plugin for Final Cut Pro. 2 birds, 1 stone, okay? When I say this plugin was heaven sent, it took all the intimidation out of learning how to color grade. Like, it wasn't overwhelming at all. This plugin is perfect for beginners. Guys, you have no idea the amount of anxiety that was lifted for me when I started using this plugin. I color graded my last video in 19 minutes using this plugin. It was the easiest thing ever. This plugin, chef's kiss. All I had to do was drop the plugin onto the video and go from there. It pretty much did 80% of the work. I still did some tweaks after that, but the base of it was already done. And for me, that really worked out because I didn't have to start from scratch, essentially, because you already get that film base from the different film profiles that they offer, which are so guys, I was shook. Like, there were so many film profiles to choose from, and I think that was the hardest part. Sometimes when you have too many options, you're like, ooh, these ones are so good. Oh wait, no, this one is so good. No, this one is so good. So I did spend a little bit of time trying to choose the perfect base. There were just so many good ones from Kodak, Fujifilm. It was just a bunch of different film stocks and ISO levels. Amazing. Another thing I will mention that was very, very beneficial was you could input your camera info on there. So the footage that I was editing, I filmed on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and I filmed it in D-Log. And it was so nice that I could literally, like, you could input your camera. They have a section there at the top of the plugin settings where you can choose from whatever camera you have and what color profile you filmed it in. And it basically restores the color to its normal levels. So it's no longer looking like grayed out log footage. And that that is essentially your video that you're starting with, and then you can play with the plugin settings itself, putting in the film profile that you want and all of that. Then the next step was where the magic really happened. It was my favorite part about color grading and getting that filmic dreamy look that I love so much, and that was halation and bloom. Guys, you know how you've seen other people's footage that's beautifully color graded and you're like, wow, what is that effect? You don't really know what it is, you can't put a name to it, but you know how it makes you feel. But then when I finally learned, oh, that's how you guys are getting that? Oh, it's the halation tool, it's the bloom effect. Guys, I'm obsessed. I may need to use it in every video. I'm sorry. The bloom effect, oh my gosh, that right there is like that diffusion filter that I love so much, that I talk about a lot when it comes to my Ricoh GR camera. Yeah, where like the highlights are like diffused and blown out a little bit, but like not too much. It's so beautiful. You're like a walking halo. It's so gorgeous, and it fit so well with the footage that I had because I was walking around Times Square in New York and it was a bright sunny day, so it just made everything look so dreamy. And the next thing was the halation. Girl, I love the halation effect so much. All the red parts of your video or your footage, it makes it like glow. So it's like the bloom effect, but for like reddish hues. Guys, I love that so much, especially when it came to like my skin tone. Oh God, it's so gorgeous. I loved it. Those two together took the color grading to a whole nother level. I was obsessed with. So then after that, the final steps for my color grading was just me tweaking the temperature and the tint, because you guys know I'm obsessed with making everything look warm and yellow, but also like greenish, you know? And yeah, and then I upped the saturation like overall on the footage as well. And then after that, I was done. It was so quick. I didn't have to insert any like wave forms, manipulate any graphs or anything. Like, it was so easy. It was scary. Like, I was like, oh wait guys, I'm satisfied. I'm so satisfied with this footage. Let's go post it now. But with all the good things, I do have to talk about a few of my struggles when it came to color grading with the Dehancer plugin. Even though pretty much everything is plug and play, essentially, for the video that I was editing, I had footage of what I was seeing, you know, my walk around New York City, but there were some parts where I was filming myself. So because of that, I had to do was cut the video into a few pieces. So the parts where I'm showing the city and the parts where I was showing myself, I had to color grade individually, because when it came to my skin tone, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't washed out, grayed out. I wanted my melanin to really pop. I wanted to still look rich and healthy, you know? So I did have to spend a little time on the plugin and manipulating some of the settings just so I still showed up as a brown goddess, you know? Even with having to do that, it still took me a total of 20 minutes to do that. It wasn't that big a deal. The other thing I had to be careful of, which I don't think I got perfectly right in the final video, and that was playing with the bloom effect and the halation effect on top of the film grain. I had to make sure that I wasn't making the footage look too vintage. I needed to make sure that the quality was still preserved. You know, I didn't want it to look like a 360p video, even though I filmed it in 4K, you know what I mean? So I tried not to go too ham, but I do think that some parts of that video, it came out looking like real vintage footage, but it added to the feel, I think. So I hope it did anyway. So yeah, that was my workflow on how I color graded my last video. I'm so happy that I had this opportunity because I would have never known about this. And I probably would have avoided color grading forever. But you guys know me, like I'm someone who really likes cameras and learning about them and making videos and taking pictures and editing and all those things. Like I love the technical side of these things. So it's been exciting, like learning new things, learning Final Cut Pro, learning how how to color grade, all of those things. This was fun to do, and it's gotten me excited for the new videos that I'm gonna edit. I feel so powerful and unstoppable, and I hope that this is encouraging to you as well, because I do know like a lot of my audience feels me on the pain of filming in log and color grading. So I hope that this encourages you to know that it can be easy. Also, if you're interested in Dehancer and learning how to use their film emulation plugin, I do have a code. Yeah, your girl got a code. You can use code late bloomers for 10% off. Isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh. Anyway, I hope you guys continue to follow me on this journey, because I'm entering a new era, okay? I'm up in the content. But anyway, guys, shout out to everybody. I had fun.